Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to another video. Now this is going to be a little short video just showing 10 albums that I don't think I've ever shown before on my channel. I know 5 years ago Rob Walker had a contest to show 5 albums, but at that time I just started, so I had a heck of a lot of albums to show. Now as I tend to show all the records that I buy, I found this really tough and I'm not 100% sure that I haven't shown them before, but I'm not going to trawl through 500 videos to find out, but I honestly don't think I have. I think there's been a thread going around recently as well to show 3 albums, but I've managed to get 10, so we'll get into this. The first one is the Electric Light Orchestra, and it is a compilation, and it's The Light Shines On, and this is a Harvest compilation. And it's actually on the Harvest label, so it's not one of the really cheapy ones. However, this really covers most of their first album when Roy Wood was part of the band, but it does also have Showdown on it and instrumental in Old England Town, but the rest of it is from the first album, and it is a good album. But I actually got this before the very first ELO album, so this was my introduction. And the second album I'm going to show is The Light Shines On Volume 2. And guess what? This really covers most of the second album. In fact, it covers all of the second album. Now the thing about these 2 albums together, if you have these, you don't need the first 2 ELO albums, because everything is covered. However, these 2 actually include single versions as well of 10538 Overture and Roll Over Beethoven, and they also include the album versions too, so you have a couple of extra tracks, and as I said, you get Showdown as well. But still, I prefer to have the original albums over these, but they're still very good. They're both in the Harvest label, and they were my introduction to the early ELO. And the third album I'm going to show is Eric Clapton, and the history of Eric Clapton. Now this was given to me by my brother, and this is actually a pretty good double album. It takes in a lot of Cream and Derek and the Dominoes, so you get things like Layla, of course, Crossroads, Tales of the Brave, Ulysses, Sunshine of Your Love, I Want to Know, Badge, I Ain't Got You, Hideaway. It's decent. I'm not a huge Eric Clapton fan, but I think this is probably of the early stuff all I need. So Eric Clapton and History. I always thought that was a really cool cover as well. So that's the third choice. And the next 2 albums are semi-official. Well, you can get them actually on Amazon, but I think you can get nearly anything on Amazon now. And the first one is really the 1980 Floor Show by David Bowie. It says here, Bowie and his guests, Ziggy's Last Floor Show, limited edition, clear vinyl. And this is just the Bowie performances, so I think the Trogs were part of this setup as well, and I think Marianne Faithfull had a couple of solo slots on it. But you do get her duet with David on I Got You Babe, which is very good. You have Sorrow, Everything's Alright, Space Oddity, and then the medley of 1984 and Dodo, which is good. I Can't Explain, Time, and the Jean Genie. Now the sound quality of this is not brilliant. It's what I call television sound quality, so if you go onto YouTube and play this, you're getting exactly the same quality as that there, but it's not a bad album, and it's on a nice clear vinyl. And this one here is also a Bowie one, and this is the Bowie Broadcasts. Now this is part of the Sound and Vision tour. It's only a single album. Space Oddity Changes, Rebel Rebel, Ashes to Ashes, Starman, Fashion, Life on Mars, Blue Jean, and Let's Dance. And this is on like another sort of smoky type vinyl, which is very nice. The only thing that bugs me about this is not the picture's not representative of the time. So that there is about 1996, and the concerts were 1990, and they didn't look like that. But this is the only thing I have from on vinyl from the 1990 Sound and Vision tour. I would love a proper release on Parlophone, a double album or a triple album from those shows, because They were very, very good. It was in between the two Tin Machine albums. Whenever he retired, David Bowie, obviously he came back. But yeah, it's a decent album, decent sound quality, nothing spectacular, but again, this was an Amazon purchase a few years ago. So David Bowie, Sound and Vision, the legendary broadcast limited edition on grey vinyl. Okay, number 6, and it is R.E. O Speedwagon. And this is Good Trouble. Now this is the follow-up to their massive hit High Infidelity, which I think is a great album, and I was really looking forward to this. And I got it, I played it, and it's alright. It's nothing spectacular. Keep the Fire Burning was a single off this. It didn't do too well, but it's a decent enough song. Sweet Time, I think, was a single, and it's decent enough. The keys, decent. Good Trouble itself's okay. It's not a bad album. I got this in 1982 whenever it came out, but this did not have the same success as the previous album. So that's my 6th choice. Now number 7, I honestly don't think I've shown this, and I bought this when it came out as well. And it's Paul McCartney, Tripping the Light Fantastic, and it's a 3 album set. And I think, you know, this is quite hard to find on vinyl now. And the set list is really good, but what annoys me is that there's lots of little sound sessions interspersed between the actual live tracks. You get things like 20 Flight Rock, you also get things like Cracking Up, Showtime. It's not bad, it's not his best album by a long shot. And the other thing that annoys me is that they released a single CD called Highlights from this, and they included the track All My Trials, which I absolutely love, but it's not on this, and I just don't understand why. But yeah, this is whenever the first time you heard him doing things like Golden Slumbers, Carry That Weight, Hey Jude, and a lot of the big Beatles classics. So whenever I bought this, I was really excited and I really enjoyed it, but looking back, it's not a patch on Wings and Over America, but still it's decent enough, and it's my number 7 choice. And my 8th choice is Belinda Carlisle and her debut album. And this is not quite as poppy as the Heaven is a Place on Earth and Runaway Horses and Live Your Life Be Free albums, but still I do like it. I think it's a little bit closer to the Go-Go's than her next solo albums, and it's got some good songs on it. Like, I've always liked Mad About You, I Need a Disguise, Rich Man, Band of Gold. It's a decent enough album, and I've picked this up for next to nothing. So yeah, it's a nice addition to the collection. And my penultimate choice is McGuinn, Hillman and Clark. Well, I think it says featuring Gene Clark, and the album is called City. And you even know by the cover this is not going to be like the Byrds, and it is on the Capitol label, which will take it out. It's got a decent enough little inner with lyrics. I'm not too sure when this came out. I think it must have been around the very, very late 70s or the very early 80s. But I was excited to see this. I never knew that it had been released, so whenever I saw it coming up, I think it was in Discogs, I ordered it, I played it, and it's absolute garbage. It's terrible. The 3 best songwriters of the Byrds could have done far, far better than this. It's just not a good album at all. So I don't think I've ever shown that. And the last one, and I don't think I've shown this either, and it's Lou Reed, and it's Rock and Roll Heart. I may have, but I can't see how I have, because I think I bought this before I actually started making videos, but I could be wrong. Anyway, this is not a brilliant album either, but it's a welcome return after Metal Machine music. But this is taking it the other way and making it far too catchy. There is a couple of decent songs off this, like the title track itself is very, very good. I Believe in Love's okay, Temporary Things alright, and Banging on My Drums just silly. It's not a great album at all, and it is one of his least of the 70s, and that's why I don't think I have ever shown it. But again, could be wrong. Anyway, so those are 10 albums that I don't think I have shown on this channel. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope to have another video quite soon. All the best now. Bye bye.